heading out to a little workout today on a Friday, which I'm sure a lot of you do a Friday workout. That's what my schedule was all through college. But now we generally work out on a Thursday, so this is a bit of a unique affair. And that is because the taper for Houston has officially started. The race is 10 days away now. And this week, we did our long run on Tuesday, and then we had an extra day before the workout today. Everyone else on the team still worked out on a Thursday. But yeah, we had an extra kind of easy double day. We just did like 10 miles across 2 runs. So it was a real nice, chill day. And then we're working out today. And then no more long runs before the race. Everything is kind of like every 2 days a workout. But everything is just tapering at this point. Well, today is kind of the last harder workout we have. But everything else is all about tapering and freshening up for this race. After the last 2 months of really solid training that we've put in. So it's a fun time and it's an exciting time. Things are a bit different, out of the routine. Trying to just get solid work in, but not overcook the turkey, as Coach McBurn said to me last night when I sent him a birthday message, and he said, "Good luck in this last week of training leading to the half marathon. Don't overcook the turkey," which is a phrase that he used to always say. And I think it's a pretty smart phrase going into a big race like this that you've been training for so long. It's easy to get excited. But yeah, the rest of these workouts are not too crazy, but today is still like a tough one. And the reason for that is Dathan still wants us to get used to the feeling of running. Well, so the workout today is 1 mile hard, 4 mile continuous threshold, 1 mile hard. And so the big goal of starting out with a hard mile is to get used to the start of the race, because even though it's a half marathon, so you would think like, oh, the pace can't be that hard. But I mean, we'll probably be going out in about a 4:30 mile or something around that. I mean, that's how go race pace, I guess. So you have to go out in that. And if you run a 4:30 mile just after a warm-up, it feels like quite a big shock to the system. It doesn't really ever feel easy, no matter how fit you are. So Dathan wants us to emulate that in training today. And so the point is to do a hard mile. Then I'm not sure what the recovery is yet. And then you do your 4 miles of threshold after that. So then you're trying to let your body settle back down while still running a solid pace, similar to the workout that we did on the track a couple weeks ago. And then finishing off with another solid mile after you got some work in your legs. So that's the goal for today. During my time away with my little back injury, which is going better, a lot better, it's going really well right now. I missed what was kind of our biggest workout it was supposed to be our biggest workout of the build up, 4x3 mile, going like pretty quick. And that workout had a similar goal, but just this massive volume as well. So this one is only meant to be half the volume of that. But yeah, getting that kind of spiciness in the legs and then hopefully being able to settle down. So we'll see how that feels, because yeah, as I said, it's never easy, like that first rep. When you do a lot of big workouts like we do, it's crazy how even though you'll be running quicker at the end of the workouts all the time, you feel way better. So yeah, I think it is good to practice that. Though with that said, the half marathon, I'm starting this. So my mindset the last week, as you would imagine, was all about recovering from the injury. Like everything was about that. And now I'm swapping back into, all right, time to race, which is where my mindset was more before the disc bulge popped up. So it's been an interesting kind of switch back into it. Honestly, I'm trying not to, well, it's not that I'm trying not to think about it too much, but I'm not really worried about thinking about it too much. I've tried a lot of different tactics, a lot of different strategies going into races of how to mentally prepare for them. For some of my biggest races last year, I would do like some real proper visualization. I think a week going into it, I would give myself for like 5 to 10 minutes. I'd set a timer on my phone, and during that time I would really intensely visualize the race and think about it a lot. And then when I was done, I was done. And that was really useful at the time, because I think one of the things was I was thinking about the race too much. Like during my day, just going about my activities, as a pro runner, you don't have much else going on. And the thought of the race would pop up in my mind, and then with that, you get these emotions, nerves, excitement, whatever it is. And I wanted to try and take back control of that a bit. So by dedicating a very specific chunk of the day, a small part of the day, to thinking about the race, then I felt like my mind had been like, all right, we've done our thinking about the race for today. There's nothing more to think about. You're not going to get anything from thinking about it anymore. So at the time that was good, but I don't think I'm going to try that for this race, because I just don't really think that I'm worrying about it that much, which is a good thing. I mean, ideally you don't want to be stuck in worry. I'm really still going into this race with a more open set of goals and expectations. I'm really going into it with just excitement, definitely uncertainty, a lot of uncertainty about the race, about the distance of the race. This is what I was talking about with Joe. It's like, yeah, like we've done all this stuff in training, but still nothing close to racing for 1 hour straight. And that's just the reality, is you can't really emulate that exactly in training. And that's you train the different pieces of the race, but you got to just trust in the training that they'll all get put together. But so I do have faith in the training, and I have faith in my own abilities, and I have excitement to just go out and race. So I think I'm going to try hold on to that and just take that all the way through to the race. So I'm not going to do anything too intense when it comes to mental preparation or visualization. I think I'm just going to try let it come to me. That's going to be one of my mantras. You see, as I make these videos, that I have a lot of little mantras. Let it come to me is one that I always try and hold. It's very similar to like, don't overcook the turkey. You don't want to try too hard. You want to let it come to you naturally in a way that feels right. And so that's how I'm going to try and be with this race. And so today is the last day where I think we have something in training that is a bit more spicy, and I'm excited for that, especially because since my injury, it kind of, I'd say I've done a decent job of this, and mentally it takes you back down a little bit after you've been on such a roll like I was before. And I haven't really felt good since the injury. Like I had one workout where I felt really hard as my body was adjusting. I had a long run on the treadmills on Tuesday because it snowed so much, and that didn't feel good either. I never really feel that good on the treadmill. I wouldn't say I'm a treadmill runner. And so I do just want to feel good in these final workouts. And if I could feel good today running these quicker paces, that would be a very nice confidence boost. Not that I want to be too attached to how I'm going to feel in this workout, but I do just want to feel normal. Not even good, I just want to feel more normal again. So that's my other goal, is just to get back in that normal rhythm. And that's what I really want out of this last 10 days leading into the race. And I think if I can do that, I'll show up on the start line and I should be good to go. But yeah, time to go try to run 420 out on the beautiful roads. It is really cold today as well. It's like we had to push training back half an hour because it was like -10 before, around 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, but it's nice and sunny, so that makes a huge difference. If it was the same temperature but cold, like cloudy, and windy, that would be a different story. But I think it should be okay. I just drove past where I meant to go. All right, time to focus. Time to run 420. See you guys.
I'll give you 400. I can get.
All right, guys.
If you want.
Welcome to the Dathan cam.
Let's stay on this side.
Very exciting today. You guys get to see from Dathan's POV. He's got the chest strap GoPro on lock as he's on the bike. And just a warning, it didn't work quite as well as I had hoped.
My GPS. We'll take an average.
I think next time I need to give him that beautiful head strap. But still some good POV
All right,
footage for this
ready when you
workout
guys are.
as we take off for our first mile, which was aiming to be at about 4:20. And so if you're running 4:20 for the mile, you actually have to get up pretty hot, because that is 65-second 400-meter pace, which is no small feat, especially out on the roads. And we're on this little road loop here for the miles, for the hard mile reps, which is about a 1,500-meter loop, so it works out pretty well. We're kind of trying to hug the outside of it,
200 right here, 33.
because that's where it's measured.
Watch that ice.
But yeah, it's a bit icy on the outside, so we have to be careful of that. And I don't know, sometimes you kind of tend to drift in a little bit, but yeah, I'm out there on the outside right now trying to put some work in as we go up this slight uphill. Well, you can't tell it's an uphill in the video at all as I watch it with you right now, but slight uphill on this side and then a slight downhill on the other side
boys.
as we try to get after it.
Come up to your 400, 63, 64, 65, 65 at 4.
So yeah, 65 is right on pace for this rep, and this rep, the point of this rep was for it to feel really hard, but I think for me especially, I was like, all right, fuck it.
Shot, watch that ice. Great job,
Let's
guys.
Embrace the pain on this one, and let's just get out, get after it. And that is what I am kind of doing out here. But
Good focus. Nice.
as I went through, I was like, shit. Like at this point already,
Yeah, we're through 600.
I'm like, wow, I'm in a lot of pain. And I'm just like listening to Dathan, clicking off the splits kinda, and just being like, all right, 600 meters, 1K to go. Trying to break it down like that. But yeah, we were working pretty hard. Or I was working pretty hard on this one. The other boys, they've been getting in one, I guess they only really got in one more session that I missed out on, but yeah, it's been a while since I guess since the last video, about 2 weeks ago, since I tried to run
I'm
a
up to
420.
800 right now. 209, 210, 210 at 800.
So yeah, right on pace to the 800, which was a good feeling because that was kind of like the uphill section. So you know that you can keep it going for the downhill one, even though at this point, yeah, I'm starting to feel it quite a bit, and I'm just focusing on the pace at this point, which I don't know if that's always like the best mindset to have, especially for me. Like, I don't think that makes me feel the best in a workout, is obsessing over pace too much.
Come through 1K, 240.
But yeah, as we go through 240 in the K, I was like, all right, this feels really hard. Let's just get to that finish line. Let's try to get to the end, finish off this mile as strong as we can.
Getting close. 3, 2, 1. That's 417 on my watch. 418 for you guys, probably. Nice. Great job. All right, 3 minutes here. Great. Well, you won't probably go out faster than that, so. We have about 2 minutes to go still. We'll start we'll just keep jogging towards the loop.
So yeah, we're jogging over to a different little loop now, which is, it's about 3 miles, this other loop, so it works out well for this threshold portion of our workout. And so it's a 3-minute recovery, so we're just jogging for 3 minutes.
Close, like, we'll be almost 3 when we hit there then, and that'll be really good, actually. All right, we got a car behind us, so remember there's school traffic probably, but here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And away we go. 4-mile tempo on deck. And it's funny seeing the pace difference down compared to the rep before, but yeah, trying to do this one super nice and controlled. That is the goal. But despite that, it does feel very uncomfortable initially. Like, maybe your heart rate is not crazy high or anything, but after that rep that you've just put in before, I think your lactate is just like so spiked. And so that's really what you're contending with, and you're trying to just keep controlled. So my goal for this 4-mile rep is just find that threshold rhythm. And even though it might feel a bit more painful than normally it would if you just went out and did it fresh, just stick to that rhythm and just kind of feel out the pain, work through it, if that makes sense.
Watch these little patches of ice here. Nice. 230 at 800.
And you can see I'm kind of keying off the other boys a little bit. Typically in the last few weeks when we've been doing threshold work, they tend to be like a little bit ahead of me. So I'm aware of that. and I'm aware of how fit they are, and I'm trying to find what works best for me, but also kind of keep with them for now. You'll see how it goes a little bit later. But yeah, we're just trying to find that rhythm. We're pretty much bang on 5-minute pace, which is pretty perfect for now. So this first mile, even though it was a little bit uphill, it was feeling pretty good coming off the hard mile. I was surprised at how good it felt.
Good. Here, nice and clear. 4:59. 4:59. Good job, guys. Nice, relaxed.
I do enjoy kind of just the rolling around these roads as well. It's funny, since the transition to being training for a road race, and it just opens up so many new potential areas to go work out, because previously I would have been trying to stay off the roads as much as possible. I would have been doing stuff on the track and a bit of stuff on the treadmill when the weather forced us to, but apart from that I'd be trying to stay on like dirt roads as much as possible. So being able to run on the roads and it being the exact preparation that you need for the race is like just open up all these cool other little loops that we have around here. And so now we have a bunch of them that we can go do. And yeah, this one here is really good for these longer tempos, longer threshold style work, as it's just a big 3-mile loop in a relatively quiet kind of neighborhood. So it's essentially all that you need. And we're coming up, I think, to sort of like the halfway point here, and the pain is kind of subsiding. I guess I remember feeling better and better as we went on throughout this rep, which was a good feeling. But like, you're kind of, the whole time you're anticipating that you still have one more really hard mile. So you're essentially trying to run this pace as relaxed as possible and conserving as much energy as possible, so that you have the most possible for what you know is going to be a very hard final rep. Because yeah, I found the first one really hard, so I knew the next one would be also really hard.
5:01, perfect. Great job.
And you see on this section, this part is also kind of uphill, and I think up here, yeah, I'm going to start to get dropped a little bit. Oh, little time skip. So I'm getting dropped a bit, but I'm like essentially just trying to, I go off heart rate, kind of. Like, I don't actually check my watch that often, but I find what feels like my effort, and I'm going to try stick with it. That's normally how I'm going to go on threshold work. And yeah, I don't mind getting dropped a little bit when I feel like things are getting a bit too hard. And on that uphill section, I could feel it just getting a little bit too hard for me. So I was content to kind of just let the gap open up a little.
Nice, that's perfect 5-minute pace.
And now we've made our way back over to where we did the hard mile loop. And we still have like over a mile here. So we're going to do, yeah, about a bit over one whole loop here. Just rolling around the streets. And everything that we did on this workout was just going off the watches, which, to be honest, if I went back and did this again, I think for the threshold section of the workout, like, that's completely fine and normal. But I think it would be nice to mark out exactly for the hard mile, like where like 200, 400, 800 splits were, maybe with a wheel, and the exact mile finish line, because I think the GPS, the Garmin's aren't the most accurate, like when you're running in a circle. So I think it would be good to do that.
Nice, great job. 4:54. Nice. This one right here, we'll exact same thing from the last one. So, okay, ready? Good focus. Here we go. Last one.
And just like that, another 3-minute recovery, and we're back sprinting. And I was hanging back a bit at this one because I was feeling it at this point, and I was like, all right, I'm going to try key off them, do the best that I can. And we didn't go out crazy hard, but we bring home pretty hard at the end of this one.
Good focus, just like the race.
But yeah, really, I'm trying to see the race, but mostly I'm just trying to embrace the pain and just push against it, because yeah, these, as I've said like 3 times I think already, these were hard.
33, 34, 33. 33 point. Nice. Good job, boys. Good focus.
And Yeah, the first rep, like at the end of it, I felt like I felt it in my arms. Like I found it really hard, to be honest. So I was a bit scared going into the second one. But again, I had a similar mentality, just thinking, all right, as we see Dathan get a sneaky little video here.
Nice. 600 right there.
My mentality was just get out hard through, 800, and then try to bring it home as good as I can. So even though, it's kind of early in the rep still, I am pushing pretty hard right now. I remember this one, even more so than the first rep, at 600, feeling like, oh shit, I still got a K to go. Let's just lock in and try to do the best that I can.
Good job, boys. Stay right on it. Coming up to 800 here. 27, 28, 209. 209 at 800.
So yeah, we're definitely moving here, and it's a very hard rep. But now we're in the downhill section, so that's always a good feeling. But yeah, you see here, I'm doing the best I can to keep up, but Joe was really, really strong today. Same with Morgan. They were really, really good. And I make it about up to the 1200 mark, which I think should be coming up right here.
Good job, good focus, guys. 400 to go. 312. 312 at 1200.
So yeah, going through in 312, I was very happy with that.
Job.
And then this last
Good
400
focus.
of the rep, I think the boys
Stay right
kind
on
of
it.
sped up a little bit, took off a bit, and my legs were like, all right, this is all I can do today. And I was happy with that,
job,
considering everything.
300 to go.
I mean, obviously you never really want to get dropped in a workout, but when you're working out of this quality, I think for me, this was plenty. This was all I needed today to feel good going into the race.
200 to go.
So I was just trying to get to that finish line at this point and finish off what was a really, really good workout. A bit shorter than some of our other half marathon workouts, but in terms of intensity, it was
100 to go.
very, very solid. And especially just, I think this was a big one to do after the little bit of time that I had missed with the injury. I think this one caught off the body really good and put me in the best spot possible for the race.
413, 414, 415. Nice, Morgan. 416. Whew. Great job. All right, if you have to run a 415 in the race, you can do it at least. Nice, great job. Great job, Morgan. All right. Shit, that makes me excited. Great job. That was really good. Half marathon's a lot closer to 10K than it is the marathon. Oh, your blood is barely coming out. For 416 mile in pants.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was wearing my pants.
5'7".
That was way
It's not that
down.
much.
Airbags.
Yeah,
7?
5'7".
Yeah.
Keeping your foot on the gas is hard.
I took the lead with the K to go.
Yeah.
And this was like running scared. I'm like, surely he's gonna pass it. Yeah. Picking it up.
Well, you think if you're hurting, everybody's feeling like that, It's like, but it's the hard thing to keep the gas going,
I think my body's still adjusting a little.
I'm sure.
I lost.
But you didn't do a hard session, week and a half ago.
Yeah.
When we did that 4 times 3 miles, and so those boys, their hands on knees, like on that one, and so the last one was just a big long volume day, but it was good. It's even more important to have done this one today then. So, yeah. And now the next 2 sessions are kind of like, the next one's a cut down, there's a decent amount of volume, but it's not crazy, and then the last one's just our traditional feel good workout.